Guardians of the Galaxy 3 non-spoiler review. Woo! Playing some music in the background because Guardians of the Galaxy has killer music. Or I just happened to have it on and I wanted to keep it, you know? Wow, that was a great movie. That was probably one of the better that I've seen of Marvel, where I'm feeling like it was a pretty safe movie overall. No major risks were taken, you know, and I still felt pretty rewarded. I don't believe that there was, say, predictability in the packaging, which I am a little tired of. You know, I'm tired of seeing movies where I'm like, ha, that's gonna happen, that's gonna happen, that's gonna happen, that's gonna happen. This time I felt enough surprise overall. Oh, gotta drink some water. Woo! So, the music was great. That's number one takeaway. The storyline was good. The acting was all on point. Every character played to their strengths. I don't feel like any one character was out of norm. You know, they utilized Gamora as she exists post Endgame well. There were a couple elemental ideas that were a little overplayed. Some of the jokes that were drawn out a little too far. But once those were over, like, there was a through line joke throughout the whole movie of like, did that look cool? That was funny. And that was pretty much funny every time. Everybody had a version that was great. The characters of, you get more time with Cosmo, you get more time with Kraglin? Krager? Sean Gunn's character. You get more time with just other Ravagers and Guardians in general. You get to find out some backstory stuff. I feel like this is in the trailers. You get some backstory stuff on Rocket to kind of figure out what his thing is, you know? What else? I don't know. There wasn't any. This is hard to talk about because I feel like in the realm of talking about the storyline, you know, you wind up with spoilers. So Peter Quill, you know, Chris Pratt did a really good job doing the Star-Lord thing that he always does. They had a couple, you know, moments where you get to really see him go back into his Star-Lordian ways, if you would, if that even makes sense, where he gets to be kind of a scoundrel to a degree. I think they make, oh man, Karen Gillian, Gamora's sister. Oh, what's her name? Shoot, too many thoughts. All the words. But she becomes a very endearing character all throughout this. Like, she's already had pieces of emotional growth over the course of several movies, and you really see it in this one, and that was great. You know, they show some of the jokes between her and the rest of the Guardians. She has almost like a motherly role to the overall group. Not so much a leader, just like she really is kind of a protector of the Guardians themselves, and that's really cool. You can feel that she cares about them now, which is crazy considering she started off as such a horrible bad guy, ready to just kick the crap out of Gamora at any, you know, whim, because they're always fighting for Thanos' love. That is no longer the case. She is really a Guardian, and you feel her love. Drax did his Drax things. He spouts out the humor when he does, and he's supposed to. He also has a few emotional moments that were really well done. Dave Bautista has more range and has grown as an actor since he really started all this stuff. So also, James Gunn has been great at utilizing him correctly, Doesn't just have to be a big brute. He can actually show some emotional depth. I was very impressed by that. Mantis, I felt bad for Mantis, actually. The character at large seems kind of stuck in her overall direction, and there's hope that her character still has some growth to be done. I like it whenever she and Drax are doing scenes together and they get to prank, a little bit on each other. Those moments are fun. Really see the two of them and their kind of kindred bond. Groot was entertaining. He did his Groot things. He shows up where he needs to show up. Who else did I miss in there? That was pretty much everybody. I mean, Rocket's story is mostly shown through flashbacks. I don't know if that's a spoiler or not. If it is, sorry. And honestly, getting to see how he came about and everything, that stuff was really neat. Getting to understand how he's so smart and everything, those are great pieces. The bad guy, I forget his name, unfortunately. I should have done some research right before and it's hard to remember everything. I go through the whole story beat for beat, but we're not doing that. But he was great. His anger carried so much weight. He had to do a lot of power touting, right? To really show how scary he was. And honestly, I thought he was quite like a convincing villain. Like, he to the core was gonna get his, and he was gonna get it done. He is a world builder to make perfection, and flaws bother him. He was a fascinating character. His ability to create while also destroy, very interesting. They show what he's capable of, kind of thing, all throughout the movie. They show his creations throughout the movie, which, there you go. There's something that's outside of these acting abilities. The visual CGI concepts of creatures, of outer space, planet thing. the visualizations in this movie from the mind of James Gunn, surely. And obviously off the pages of the books themselves, but wow. A man that directed Slither was clearly the guy that was putting together this movie. This movie felt like it had some horror elements in it, and moments even. It had a very freaky factor of what crazy creations can come out of someone's mind and be brought to screen in both practical and CGI. Adam Warlock had some good moments throughout the movie. You get to kind of know his motivations and everything. That's fun. The actor that's from Dawn Treader, I just forget obviously his name, but he did a good job. You grow with that character throughout the course of this movie, which is very entertaining all throughout. His character, that is. Honestly, from start to finish, when I saw him on the screen, I was kind of excited to see what was going to happen and what he was going to do, just because Adam Warlock in general. Did I pick the wrong way? I think I did. Hard to do both. I hope I'm gonna have to do a little turnaround. Oopsie. So yeah, the acting, there was, and Sean Gunn crushed it, all throughout the movie, trying to prove himself. he was an entertaining fellow. And again, his back and forth with Cosmo the dog, very entertaining. I don't know. I don't have any real down bad stuff to say about this. It's a great addition to the Marvel franchise. I think I heard that it had like an 82%, which is surprising because honestly, this is, I would say this is better than the second one. And not that the Guardians 2 was a bad movie, but this one has more emotional weight to it than that second one did. And it felt more to grow with the characters through this version of Guardians than the second one, strangely enough. The scenes with Nathan Fillion were fun. How could you forget good old Nathan Fillion? You know, James Gunn has worked with Nathan Fillion, probably Sean Gunn too, a number of times through the years, so made sure to keep him around. That was good. His guard character was pretty entertaining. A little degrading around, you know, he's kind of a douchey character, but it was entertaining. And then James Gunn's wife was also in there. I'm assuming, you know, being in Marvel and DC must be a heck of a paycheck. Woo! That must be a nice fat paycheck to have both of those in residuals for years and years to come. This is definitely a go and see it in the theater kind of movie. Go and see it on a big screen. Go and see it with big sound, especially with the soundtrack. There is a fight sequence that is choreographed to the music, and it is beautiful. The fight looks beautiful. The slowdowns were, well, there's a number of slow-mo pieces throughout this movie, and they worked. They were not distracting. They were not overused. It was well done. And in that fight sequence, there were some pieces that, like I said, very well done, slow down moments so you get a good eye for what's going on. It's like, oh, it's not just shaky cam fight, it is slow down, check out this fight. So you really get to see how these people perform, especially as a team. It's great to see the Guardians work as a team. Guardians 3, I would say, borderline kind of like Avengers Light. I don't know if that's ever been a conversation piece before, but I could see that being a legitimate observation. Like, this team for the Marvel Universe as it exists is just as strong as important as the Avengers were, which is crazy. Nobody knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were. Nobody. Now the whole world does, 7 times over. It's a wonder now, like, how much money will this movie make? This will be $1 billion movie. I have little doubt. It's the 3rd installment in a franchise. It is, oh, goodness. This is where it gets confusing. I think I'm making the right decision. Yeah. Shows you how I know how to get home, right? I'm trying. I don't know. I don't have any other feedback. Go watch this movie. This is a solid, like, 8.5 out of 10. Music's great. Script work, really good. A couple flaws, I'd say, in some of the jokes that they overused. The acting was exceptional. The storyline was really good. The bad guy was really good. And this is a movie worth going to see in theater. So, go check her out. Hope you liked the review. Like, subscribe, words, because this is a YouTube video. So, whatever to that. Have a good night. Actually, sorry, don't have a good one. Have a great one. That kind of thing.